You know, it's incredible. You know, life is incredible sometimes, especially when it comes to the certain people in our lives. For example, when it comes to the certain people in our lives, in your life, you know, they're so sweet and they're so nice and they're so beautiful and they're so gorgeous. When they need something, they turn into this gorgeous, cute little thing, okay? But then as soon as maybe you need something, you know, they become like a complete demons, you know, they become like complete devils. And I'm sorry to start this reading like that, my gorgeous aquamarine, but this is exactly what is going on in your life. And I've been telling you this for a while, that you just have been going through a very, very difficult situation where you just felt within the last few months like the walls are literally like closing on you, because there were so many people that are, or there are so many people that are close to you, that are meant to be number one in your life, for example. But you came to this realization that these people who are meant to be number one people in your life are probably number one enemies. And this is vile. It's vile because it's all about finances, it's all about money, and it's all about dishonesty. Not from your side, but from this people's side. And I know, my gorgeous aquamarine, that again you will know exactly what I mean, because this is how this week it's going to start. You're gonna feel like, you know, how maybe the certain people are pretty much so planning something like against you, trying to do something bad to you. But you know what? You are a big mama. You are always one step ahead of these little bastards, because you knew this and you were aware of this for a while. And I started this reading with the fact that, you know, sometimes, you know, when people, certain people need something, they're so beautiful and they're so gorgeous. This is to do with the specific people in your life. You help them so many times. You know them all your life. They know you all your life. You know each other all your lives. But you were primarily the one who gave so much more of your precious energy to these people than what they actually gave to you. And even more so. So this is to do with the people who have been in your life for a very long time. It's to do with the certain family members, or it's to do with the certain friends that are ridiculously close to you. But this in itself, to me, absolutely 1,000,000% looks like this is to do with the certain family members that you do know that you cannot trust to. And you're absolutely right. And lately it was a one specific one particular one that confirmed what a bitch and what a bastard this particular person can be. You've been going through this situation like recently, where almost as if you felt like a few people were ganged up against you. Like few people were literally ganged up against you. And I'm talking about these family members, for example. You know, they're just not happy with what they have. They just want more, and they just want more. But what really affected you, my gorgeous aquamarine, that not that long ago, a few different people are ganged up against you, and they had like a go at you about something, and they're absolutely wrong. Okay? They shouldn't like be speaking to you like this in the first place. They shouldn't be talking to you like this in the first place. And you're not surprised about this, because they've been driving you nuts, you know, for a while now. But there was a one specific person that really kind of, the one that's meant to be kind of the closest to you, maybe like the closest relative, maybe the very much so rather direct relative, quite direct, you know. But the one one specific one really kind of blew you away, because at the moment in time when other people were ganging up like against you, this one specific one should stood up and defend you, because these people who were ganging up against you were absolutely wrong. They're horrible, they're not nice, and they're very, very dishonest. And all what these people think it's about money, about taking, and do not trust them for a second. Listen to me very carefully. Do not trust them for a second, because devil takes many shapes. Do not trust them for a second. If they pretend they're nice, they're this and they're that, no baby, no. It's only like a hidden meaning, behind it. These people have got it for you like there is no tomorrow. It's a lot to do with these people being jealous. You're very special, my gorgeous Aquamarini. You're very beautiful, and you are like a pure light. And I've said this before many times. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again, because you are made of light. Like, you're so shining very brightly when it comes to your own goodness. This sadly attracts many dark creatures, okay? And it's just a very complex stage of your life that you have found yourself at. The reason why I mentioned that somebody specific, one specific person really surprised you at the time when other people were attacking you, this person was meant to defend you, and this person went along with them, like carrying on attacking you, actually taking the main role when it comes to this. And you were like, oh my God, you need to stay strong. You need to remain balanced. Don't allow this to affect you whatsoever. You are doing the right thing. They are not doing the right thing. Okay? And this is so important. These people, like, if they could take your home from you, they would literally take your home from you, and they would look at you and laugh. Oh, look, he or she hasn't got a home. Ha ha ha. We have this home. It's horrible. It's horrible. And again, it's what money does. It's all to do with the money. It's all connected to the money. People show their vile faces. And this is what you're sadly going through. But you must not allow this, my gorgeous Aquamarini, to affect you whatsoever. There is a very good news that you are going to have right at the beginning of this week. This is not gonna be an amazing news, but at least you will know that things are about to start unfolding, and something really important is going to take place when it comes to that news. That news is going to signify the beginning of something proper, something amazing, something special, and the beginning of something quite official. That is going to take a while, but at least it's going to lead towards the remarkable destination, towards the remarkable outcome. Yes, there is going to be like this situation at the beginning of this week when couple of these people who are within like your, like a family members, they're going to be couple of people who are going to demand something from you still, and this absolutely doesn't make sense, and you know that none of this makes sense, so you have to just keep going. You need to ignore these people as much as you can, and you're gonna realize at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Aquamarini, the more you ignore these people, less powers these motherfuckers are going to have. less power these people are going to have. The more you ignore them, just ignore them. You know what you are doing. You know what is the right thing. You know you're doing the right things. Okay, so just ignore these people. The more you think about them, the more you focus on them, the more of your own power you're giving away. You are ridiculously powerful when it comes to your energy, when it comes to your spiritual, when it comes to you being spiritual, when it comes to your mind. So you just have to get things right. And I don't need to tell you this, but just remember, just carry on with your life. Carry on doing exactly what you are doing. And in as little as 32 days after this week ends, in as little as 32 days, you are going to have a mind-blowing opportunity, which is absolutely going to surprise you. Like, oh my God, you're not gonna be able to believe which opportunity is going to be presented to you. And this is the moment that you've been waiting for, because that opportunity is going to be the direct result of your karma. You haven't done anything wrong, but you had so many little devils around you lately that it almost took the better of you. Okay? And there is someone who completely understands your situation, this special person in your life, somebody very special, very spiritual. I a little psychic, like a proper little psychic, somebody super intuitive, completely understands your situation. And this means to you so much. And at the time, that person did help to kind of preserve your own sanity. And I completely understand. When you have one bloody person against you, it's like really hard, who is meant to be like your family member, whatever. But when you have few of them, sometimes you question yourself, is it a problem in me? Am I doing the right thing? No, you're not. Am I doing the right thing? Of course you are doing the right thing. You have been doing the right thing all along. It's just these creatures just suddenly like manifested themselves out of the darkness and decided to show their vile face. I'm sorry, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I speak like this, but it's just the way it is, when it comes to these people. These people are not to be trusted whatsoever. And I told you that, just keep on being on your path, on this path, and you're going to be absolutely fine. And do not give them any importance, like with your words. Do not give them any importance in your mind. Just ignore as much as you can. Every single time when these people come to your mind, especially when you hear what they're doing or what they're planning to do to you, just immediately cut it out of your mind and just focus on something that makes you feel really good, and focus on something that makes you feel really creative. The more you do this, the more powerful you are going to become, and the more determined you are going to persistently be around things that you should be persistent about. Absolutely mental indeed. But my gorgeous Aquamarini, just remember this. You are doing everything right. You've done everything right. And it's also, how I can describe this, it's almost as if like you've been the one who put so much work into something, but now this little creature that came out of the darkness want to take their beat from something that doesn't even belong to them, didn't belong to them in the first place. Yes, money can be horrible, seriously. It does bring the worst, absolutely the worst in people. My gorgeous Aquamarini, you're gonna be so proud of yourself for everything you've been through, everything you're doing right now. Things are not going to stay like this for forever. They're not going to stay like this for too long. But trust me, at the end, you are going to be the one who is going to have the final word here indeed. So just keep going, because that particular end, it's not going to be that long until it actually happens. It's like, oh my word. And also just remember, my gorgeous Aquamarini, at the beginning of this week, your authenticity is going to lead towards your safety. Be authentic. Your authenticity is going to lead towards your own safety. Why am I saying this? Because it's important, especially when it comes to you. The more authentic you are, the more brighter you shine, like everybody. But especially at this stage of your life, this is really important, because almost as if you're going to have a very unusual situation at around the beginning of this week, where you're going to question whether you should do something like in a proper way, or whether you should do something while you are being authentic. So authenticity is the right answer, baby. Be as authentic as you possibly can. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, at the beginning of this week, I like this so much. I like this so much. I like this so much. You know why? This is a big giant mama, because you've been waiting for something for a while here. This is so important. You've been patient and you've been waiting for a while here. So there is going to be a really nice little message at the beginning of this week, which is going to surprise you. And you will know that now, after this moment in time, things are going to start moving on. I mean, this is not going to be huge, but there is something that is at the same time going to really kind of put you off from that. Instead of being really happy that things are moving on, oh, you're going to be like this. Oh, no. Why? Because you will realize at that moment in time that that you really have to, you must connect yourself to this. You need to not connect, commit. You must commit yourself to this. And almost as if this is going to put you off, but you need to understand, you must commit yourself to this. So whatever this is, something, this means to you so much because it's something that you've been patient about, something that you've been waiting for so long, and something that is going to surprise you, and something that is going to be connected to the fact that things are going to start moving on now, slowly but surely. But this is going to require from you to actually but the reason something is going to put you off, like you needing to commit yourself to something, now you need to understand that this is more scary than it looks in terms of the actual commitment. So stay on top of it, just be open-minded and think positive. By doing this, you're going to reflect your positivity on that particular situation, and that in itself at that moment in time is going to become your world, okay? Because the outside world is the projection of our own world within. So you don't want to be like, oh God, I can't do this. No, baby, no. Of course you can. You're like one of the most like, oh my God, outgoing signs. Once you decide that you want to go for something, it's like Sagittarini. You're Aquamarini, you're like Sagittarius also. You just go for it like an arrow, So this is one of the most amazing qualities you actually have, you actually possess. So just remember, if something puts you off here, like in terms of like commitment, no, baby, you have to go for it, because in exactly 9 months, this in itself, it's going to make your life luxurious. So you could be a multi-billionaire now, but there are so many elements that are going to be in your life that are not right now in 9 months. So now we are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 9? So it's like a 9 months, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So by the end of April 2024, your life is gonna have a massive turning point, the beginning of the probably most important, most powerful, most significant stage of your life. And I am talking about having things you don't have right now, the direct results of your hard work, but also when it comes to luxurious things, the life of luxury in both finances, financial situation, materialistic things, but at the same time, when it comes to your spirituality, you're going to be so much happier, you're going to be so much more content, you're going to be so much more relaxed, no more stress. Bye, bitch. You know what I mean? Because you've been stressed and you've been through a lot, like it seems like you've been pulled on each side, bless your heart, but you remain strong, you remain balanced, and this is what this is going to lead towards. This is going to be absolutely remarkable indeed, and it's also going to lead towards an important conclusion, which is going to, what you want to do. This is going to open your eyes. Just like about 2 or 3 days after that moment in time, you are going to have a really spontaneous situation. Something is going to happen, and then you're going to realize something is going to be confirmed to you, and then you're going to realize what you want to do. And none of this would happen unless you had a positive opinion about this. This is absolutely brilliant, and never mind the fact what an amazing idea this is also going to bring when it comes to your life. This is also going to bring you an amazing idea, but that particular idea is just like going to go on the level like, oh my God, you're going to realize that you're changing, because this idea is going to be something different than what you would normally have. And this in itself, it's a lot to do with like what's missing in your life and the type of a lifestyle do you want to live, for example. Absolutely brilliant. This idea can only happen at the time of a very, very sacred unfoldment, and they come to us once like every 30 or 40 years or something like that. So this is how important this is actually going to be, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Indeed, like, oh my God. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, this is what you need to understand. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you whatsoever. Something something that you've been worried for a while, and something that you've been like maybe a little bit paranoid for a while, something that you have expected, you know, when it comes to one specific person, you know, you've been thinking about one specific person. This is very personal, something that you've been worried about, something that you've been thinking about, and a lot you've been thinking about how somebody stabbed you in your back. Again, I'm so sorry, but this is going to be proven. This is so important for you to understand that, you know, now you will kind of have your answer here when it comes to one specific person. And let me show you when it comes to this particular person. Let me show you when it comes to this particular person. This is to do with somebody personal, and this is not to do with the people that I've mentioned before. I'm sorry, I know this is so confusing. This is to do with somebody else who is like connected to you, like a one specific person. So it's not a family member. Sorry, so it's not a family member. It's not the people that I've spoke about at the beginning of this reading. I'm sorry, I know this is probably confusing, but there is another. You see how much is going on. Now, your karmic journey with somebody else has already come to an end, okay? I'm sorry. And this is to do with the one specific person. And that journey with that person has come to an end. You had a great time, you had a great fun, blah, blah, blah. It was okay. But this came to an end a while ago. And you're still kind of like around something that has already came to an end, but you find it very, very difficult to move on or to move away or to move forward with your life, which is absolutely fine. And you know, which is absolutely fine. It's natural, it's normal, it's organic. We move on when we feel like we want to move on, not when somebody else feel like when we want to move on type of thing. It's, you know, it's a down on us. But there is an information that you're going to hear about that particular person, something that you've been worrying about, something that you already knew, but it's more about a confirmation, you know. And now this is going to be proven to you, and this is so important because karmically, as soon as you kind of face this, karmically, as soon as you think about it, karmically, as soon as you acknowledge this, something is going to happen. There is some kind of a very, very unusual sign that you are going to have, probably one of the most important and powerful signs you've had in your entire life. And this sign, it's all going to be about you knowing fully well and you fully understanding what this sign is, because you're going to be thinking about that specific person, that particular person. You will know who this is. You will be thinking about that particular person, and then it's going to happen, this unusual omen, this unusual sign, and you will know, because you're very tuned in when it comes to your spirituality. You will know, oh my God, I think I need to kind of do this immediately, and that means that this is going to answer your question, because at around that time you're going to be thinking about something really specific, like walking away and doing something really drastic when it comes to this particular person. And then you're going to have this sign, and this sign is going to be very different, very unique, very powerful, and you will understand this sign like absolutely, completely. This is going to be a confirmation from somewhere else, from a completely different dimension. My goodness, this sign is going to be a confirmation. Listen to me very carefully, and you will know, like, oh my God, this is the right thing, this is the right thing, this is the right thing. And that this is the right thing to do. And just like about 2 or 3 days later, you know, the way this is gonna reflect on you. You are gonna dedicate yourself, and you're gonna dedicate your life. You're gonna dedicate yourself to things that you should be dedicating yourself to. This particular person was affecting your energy, was affecting your vibration, was affecting your balance, and it had a really bad and negative energy and impact on you. And it reflected on you not having a strength with things that you should have strength with, and confidence, for example, especially when it comes to starting new projects and things like that. You did not even realize what a negative impact and influence this person actually has on your life. Only a couple of days late, 2 or 3 days later, after that moment in time, you will realize, you will remember what like kind of you are dedicated to, what you should be dedicated to. And then also at the same time, you know, that in itself it's gonna really kind of make you aware of this really, really wise choice, some kind of idea you're gonna have, and that particular idea is like extremely wise choice. And this in itself, it's really kind of going to start the beginning of a very, very sacred journey, where suddenly, completely out of the blue, this idea that you're gonna have, you're gonna feel so passionate about, you're really going to surprise yourself. This is gonna bring the energy and vibration within that you haven't had for absolute ages, and you will know that, you know, it's a lot to do with you already in your mind, like a kind of like a moving on from the person that was ultimately preventing you from seeing things further than what you are actually seeing right now. It's like absolutely mental in the best possible way, because now this idea that you are going to have, listen to me very carefully, this is crazy, this idea that you're going to have, you're really going to surprise yourself how passionate you're going to feel about it. And you know why this is going to happen? Because already you are going to start the process of a manifestation. Already this idea, it's going to become a reality without you even realizing. You are giving a birth to something major here already, whether you like it or not. And this is the energy and vibration that is actually going to keep you going, and at the same time it's going to open you up, and you're going to realize so many different opportunities, so many different possibilities. And most importantly, you're going to also realize that you've got absolutely everything you need at this stage of your life to actually take this idea very, very, very seriously indeed. And you should, because not only the process of change is starting then and there, sacred change, but it's also to do with the beginning of a very, very special journey, which is ultimately also going to lead towards you meeting a very, very special person, very, very, very special person later on, who is going to have a dramatic impact in the best possible way, beautiful, gorgeous impact on your life. Somebody very special is going to come through all this. Somebody very special is going to come from all this. When it comes to this particular idea, there's so many different elements that are actually attached to this, like, oh my God. By the time you get to the last part of this week, I'm so happy for you, because it's going to start with the fantastic and wonderful news, like some kind of achievement. This is going to mean to you so much. This is going to be a great accomplishment, because it's a lot to do with something that it is the direct result of your hard work and nobody else's. Honestly, it's something that you've put in so much energy. So this is why this is going to mean to you so much. And it couldn't have happened at a better time, because that in itself is also like kind of not proving your point to you, but it's proving your point to other people as well, how great you are about something. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you, because you deserve this. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, listen to me very carefully. I ain't gonna lie to you again. At around the end of the basically week here, you are going to be dealing with some kind of a challenge, and you will know what this challenge is. This is so important. You need to understand this challenge that you're going to be dealing with. It's more like a festival. You are going to have some kind of a vision. You are going to look at something, but somehow you are going to be around the nature, or you're going to be thinking about the nature. Nature is going to have a really big impact on you in order to have this vision. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. But the bottom line is that at around the end of the week, you are going to have this vision, like, oh my God, how you want your life to be, and you're gonna feel so good, and you're gonna feel so amazing, and this vision, it's gonna be very deep and very impactful, you know. But at the same time, you know, this is going to bring this challenge into your life, like, oh my God, but I'm gonna do this, because you will understand that this vision is so important to start with as soon as you possibly can. This vision is so unique. Listen to me very carefully. carefully. You know why this vision is so important? Because it's going to lead towards your own self-discovery. It's going to lead towards a realignment. It's going to lead towards your own rebirth. But there is something that you're going to be surprised so much. How come that you feel so connected to make some kind of a step, to make some kind of a move, which is really going to surprise you. You know, like really, like you will want to do something, and this is the part of your vision, and this is really going to surprise you. Making some kind of move, making some kind of step, like doing something, but you're going to be like, oh my God, where is this coming from? But I really want this so badly. I really want this so badly. This is the direct result of so much of a negative energy that already shifted from your life and brought you to this point. So this vision is about you making some kind of move, making some kind of a step, but you're going to find this really challenging. But I need you to understand, you need to plunge in immediately, as soon as you possibly can. In fact, already like soon after, you are going to have a bit of like a meditation, or you're going to be chilling out, or you're going to be relaxing, or you're going to be grounding yourself, and then suddenly it's going to come to you. It's going to come to you, you know, and you know, it's going to come to you exactly what do you need to do. But it's also going to come to you that someone needs something. You need to give something to someone within this. Like when you have this vision, not that you need to give something to someone, but you need to help someone here. Like you need to give some kind of advice to somebody who is very much so, maybe a younger family member, or somebody younger, you know, and maybe somebody who is like a kind of like, you know, is down to their age or something like that. But that's going to be the part of your vision as well. So first of all, you're going to have a vision what you want to do, and then you're going to kind of have a little break and relax and recharge after that moment in time, and then it's going to come to you what to do. And what to do. But also it's going to come to you, I know it's crazy, it's going to come to you suddenly also that someone needs help, somebody younger, like maybe your child if you have a child, or maybe younger member of the family, maybe younger friend or somebody, but somebody who's younger than you is going to need some kind of a help. And then first of all, it's going to seem something really little advice, but then later on you're going to see that this is going to be something absolutely enormous indeed. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, when it comes to the last part of this week, you know, my goodness, listen to me very carefully. This is also going to happen quite unexpectedly. You are going to find yourself being within a group of people. Whether this is going to be like, to me, this looks like some kind of a competition. And then when that some kind of competition happens at around the end of the week, this in itself is going to be completely unplanned, by the way. Completely unplanned. So once this competition happens, you know, it's something is going to go wrong. Somebody's going to like want to argue or something like that. So it's important for you to remain balanced. It's important for you to not to argue back. It's important for you to elevate yourself. By elevating yourself, you are going to do something amazing. By elevating yourself, you are going to do the right thing. So regardless what happens, do not bite back. Do not be angry. Do not be stroppy. Do not be stressed, because if you do, then things are going to unfold in a completely unnecessary level, and then this is going to need to be repeated again. This situation is going to happen again karmically. This is important for you to like, almost like it's like a little test that you're going to have within how wise your spirit is. Okay, so if somebody winds you up right at the end of this week, if somebody's like having a go at you, or somebody winds you up, please, I know it's easy to kind of argue back or something like that, but all you need to do is just nicely and gently and slowly but surely, you just put your point across and you elevate yourself. Focus on love, focus on positive feelings, focus on, you know, good emotions, and that is literally going to take over indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.